This is a scene that I would observe almost every morning on my drive to school, or at least I did in the warmer months. This is a small duck pond located right off of Fairground Road in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, right across from the Pauling Sports Complex. Though you may not notice it, ducks are an integral part of our ecosystem. Unlike many other bird species, ducks often have multiple habitats that they call home. They migrate to and from different locations on a consistent schedule and bring many benefits to the wetlands they reside in. By migrating from different ponds and streams, ducks often introduce new plants and sometimes animal species to their otherwise stagnant habitats. No other species do anything like this. When ducks swim in water, they kick up the dirt and sediment located on the water floor, thus keeping the ecosystem in a constant state of livelihood. This prevents excess amounts of algae buildup and gives all plant species an opportunity to flourish. Besides harm from drivers, the ducks in their habitat are also the threat of humans through pollution. Unfortunately, these days it is rarer to find an ecosystem that isn't affected by pollution than to find one that is.
So now that we have an understanding on why ducks are important to the local ecosystems, what can we do to help them? Though I've never witnessed anything necessarily tragic happen to these ducks, it's common sense to know that it only takes one checked out driver to put these ducks in immediate harm's way. This road is right off of Route 15, and drivers often don't adjust to the speed limit of 30 miles per hour. The best way to protect these ducks is to implement resources that put them right out of drivers' way. I propose an introduction of a duck tunnel to be constructed right underneath Fairground Road to give the ducks a safer route to get to the other wetlands in Lewisburg. Of course the ducks can fly, but once spring rolls around and the chicks are hatched, it's a different story. I would also like to see an introduction of a duck crossing sign to the road for drivers who aren't as familiar with the local ecosystem as I am. Though the idea may seem odd, many ecosystems have been positively affected by the introduction of wildlife bridges and tunnels. They've helped various species such as moose, mountain lions, and alligators all across the country, all with unique adaptations designed specifically for the species they are intended to aid. Earlier in 2022, Congress made a large investment in implementing wildlife crossings in a wildlife crossing pilot program that aims to fund projects in all 50 states. To get this tunnel built, I would have to get in contact with local authorities. My first option would be the Union County Conservation District. Since Lewisburg is the capital of Union County, they would be the most easily accessible group. I could also reach out to the Pennsylvania Wildlife Federation if I was in need of more financial backing. Pennsylvania has followed in the footsteps of western states by implementing more and more wildlife corridors each year. Pennsylvania has been historically very wooded, with over half of the state being covered in forests. In recent years, these forests have been subject to fragmentation or the unintentional destruction or division of a natural habitat by the implementation of man-made structures. Wildlife corridors that already exist have preserved Pennsylvania's natural ecosystems immensely. One of the most well-known wildlife corridors that already exists is Kittatinny Ridge, which runs through New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. This corridor is over 250 miles long and protects a wide array of species. The Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources has a Greenway Action Plan in action where greenway development is split into counties. This map shows that Union County is one of the few to not have the plan completed. The development of this duck tunnel would contribute to completing the Greenway Action Plan. This is one of the few dangers that species face that has a reasonable and attainable solution. I believe that the ducks of Lewisburg deserve to be one of those species.